Hi Aries, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your monthly forecast for November 2015. Happy Diwali Aries. We begin this month with a beautiful Mars and Venus conjunct that's there for the first 8 days, and this is highlighting a part of your chart that's speaking still about day-to-day chores. It's speaking about your health, and this entire month November, in fact beginning of end September, this entire busyness phase has begun for you Aries. And November is a time where it's just going to sort of peak up a lot for you. So a lot of you are going to become more conscious about your health, about your diet, and for those of you who have not as yet caught it by its horns in October itself, this is a time wherein that you're going to be being more conscious about whether it is your lack of fitness or whether it is a subconscious desire to get more fit and to take some action on it. So the first 8 days again are brilliant for you. While Venus is conjuncting Mars, it's giving you the entire energy. Mars is your ruling planet. So all the chores that are there that need to get done, that require your attention for detail. Mars being there, it can make you slightly aggressive, slightly risk-taking, but Venus should be gentling the effect for you in the first 8 days. So fantastic time to be hitting the gym, a fantastic time to be lacing up your shoes and running Aries. We have a beautiful new moon in Scorpio, and this is happening on November 11th, and it's happening in a part of your chart that's speaking about joint resources. It's speaking about intimacy, and this is an extremely complex and a complicated new moon Aries, because it's combining the power of Scorpio with Sun, with Mercury, and this entire energy is quite a complex energy, and it brings about a lot of intensity with it. And during this time when this new moon happens, it really has to do about other people's money. It can be that you are being either you could feel quite pressurized at this point of time. You could feel as if you have to deliver, or you have to or you are being held accountable for what it is, that you're supposed to be delivering, which involves other people's money. It's also about taxes, it's about loans, it's about mortgages, it's also about your spouse's income or your partner's income. And this is a time wherein that you will have to deal with all of this, because the new moon is like coming and shining a light, and new moon is also about opportunities. So maybe for some of you, you will find a solution. Maybe for some of you, you can find that a certain aspect revolving any of these particular things gets really highlighted for you, and you have to not just deal with it, but maybe a new solution or a new route comes your way, and you are sort of going through with this. It's also a time wherein I would say it's not really a time that you have to really tear things down in order to build them, as far as your whether they are your joint finances or whether they are your really close intimate relationships. And even where partnership money is concerned, you really don't have to break free. It just requires some amount of tweaking that is there. You really don't have to take any drastic action, Aries, during this time. It's just some amount of modification is required during this phase. This year the new moon is happening in Scorpio, and which has the energy of Sun, it has the energy of Mercury, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is quite obsessed with whatever it is that is going under the skin or under the surface. So it can be things, it can be skin related issues. Maybe it's a time where you will find a fantastic dermatologist. Maybe it's a time where something has been bothering you health wise. You will be able to figure out through a blood test, and maybe you should be going for a blood test, and you'll be able to figure out what is it. It also speaks about your deep detoxes, cleanses, because again all that is beneath the surface. So this entire new moon energy is all about that. It's also a time wherein that you need to be managing your resources, and you need to be tallying your assets, Aries. It's a time wherein that so you're making money, but what are you doing with that money now? Are you investing it further? Are you making it grow further? or are you just spending? So this is a brilliant, this new moon will give you the opportunity to look at various ways of growing your money, and also taking stock of what are the current assets that you have and what can you do with it. And it's really so you say for example, if you have a really diverse portfolio, this is a time wherein that you will be taking stock of all of this, and you will maybe put it into one consolidated thing, or put it into something which can further make it grow. And for those of you who are in debt, it's a brilliant time for you to be making a detailed plan to be returning that money. And it's also it's a great time to be, I would say, to be reducing your debts very creatively. It's really a very, very creative energy, Aries, this entire new moon. And it's speaking about, whether you're doing potlucks, whether you're doing carpools, how it is that you're combining your resources with others in order to be benefiting the most. So the entire focus for you is going to be this during the new moon. Also, there's a lot of focus on financial abundance for you. So because Scorpio again rules the larger, the bigger sum of money for us. And it just speaks about bonuses, it speaks about inheritances, commissions, and it's also the money that we share with others. So how it is that you can sort of invest that money further, how it is that you can make best use of that money that comes to you. Now Venus is in opposition to Uranus, and Uranus is there of course in your house of in house of self for the longest of time. And for those of you specifically who have an Aries rising and an Aries ascendant, that means your moon and your sun in Aries will be feeling this more strongly. And Venus of course is transiting your house of Libra. And so partnerships, even though you will be feeling quite out of sorts, or you could be feeling quite rebellious, or you could be wanting to do things which are really, or you could be thinking of those things, you're feeling quite out of sorts, or just wanting to lash out and not wanting to do this. But Venus being there in the house of partnership for you is just going to be managing things quite smoothly for you. So that's a bonus for you. And you will feel there's going to be a lot of desire to commit yourself to a partnership, to a relationship. And this is a time that you would want also. So while Uranus being there in your house of self, you could feel, just sort of, I want to give this up, I want to get away, I want to throw it all up. But on the other hand, Venus is sort of going to be anchoring you, holding you, softening this entire maddening teen planet effect that Uranus would be creating for you. And this is a time also that I think situations, compromises, negotiations at work will go quite well. You will get received quite well because there's a good supportive energy that Libra is bringing to your business partnerships. However, with Uranus being there, don't sort of let that bit of you wake up too much, or sort of come in the front too much and let you, be a little reckless or a little wild. Towards the end of the month, that is around the 2016th, we have Saturn that is squaring Neptune, and this is really a time of balancing illusion and reality, Aries. And Saturn is there in your higher mind and social norms, and it is squaring Neptune for you in your house of spirituality. So a lot of focus is there. I think that the lesson over here in this entire month for you is to listen to yourself, to listen to your inner self, and to follow your, I won't say gut, but really follow your belief. What is it that you've been thinking? What is it that you've been feeling for the longest of time, but you've not been acting upon it? So it's really a great time wherein that you should be doing that now. You should be taking some action on it. It's a time wherein also you will be feeling a lot spiritual. It's a time wherein that you could be thinking, or you could be having a lot of very profound dreams during this time. And you could be in a land of fantasy, because Neptune is, again, it's all seeing through the veil. When Neptune comes to play, and again, it's in the house of your, behind the scenes, it's in a house of spirituality. So it may just increase a lot of idealism around how you feel should be right in life and what you should be doing, the role that you play. So that bit of it could just get accentuated. So consciously try and sort of gear things towards the reality bit of it, of how it is today. What is the consequence, or what would be the repercussion of this entire really benevolent sensation, or the feelings that you're feeling? And because it's Saturn is there in your squaring Saturn in higher mind and social norms, it's a time also there is a lot of travel that is there, and you could find it you could find that you have to make a lot of effort to get through to I would say other people from different cultures, because this is really about the house which speaks about higher mind, long distance travel. So it can be that you are dealing with people, or a set of people that are not really from the similar cultural or similar background as you are. So a lot of tact is required over there. However, on the same hand, because it's squaring Neptune, don't try to idolize the situation too much and be in this really philosophical and really spiritual and space and say I will take the higher route and so on and so forth. So keep the reality and keep the illusion in balance, and do what you must, Aries. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Aries. I'll see you again next month, and thank you so much for watching.